Lena Marquez was a vibrant 32-year-old woman who lived in a small town, her heart always beating to the rhythm of music. Growing up, she found solace in the melodies of pop legends, especially Michael Jackson. His songs were the soundtrack to her life, filling her room with energy and passion. She often dreamed of seeing him perform live, imagining the thrill of being part of a crowd that shared her love for his music. On the day of the concert, Lena felt a bubbling excitement that she couldn't contain. Dressed in her favorite white sequin top and adorned with an MJ pin, she felt ready to embrace the magic of the night. As she arrived at the stadium, the buzz of fans filled the air, each person eager to witness a legendary performance. The lights sparkled, and the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. As she made her way closer to the stage, Lena couldn't help but feel that something special was about to happen. Little did she know that this concert would change everything for her in ways she could never imagine. The moment she had long awaited was just around the corner, ready to unfold into a story that would leave a lasting impact on many lives. As Lena entered the stadium, she was enveloped by a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds. The vibrant 1990s atmosphere buzzed with excitement, as thousands of fans filled the seats, their voices rising in a joyful chorus. Neon lights flashed above, creating a dazzling display that danced across the crowd, reflecting the energy of eager concertgoers. Everywhere she looked, people wore bright clothing, some sporting shirts emblazoned with Michael Jackson's iconic images. The air was thick with anticipation. Fans stood together, sharing stories about their favorite songs and dance moves. The smell of popcorn and cotton candy wafted through the air, mingling with the sweet scent of excitement. As the stage lights dimmed and a hush fell over the crowd, Lena's heart raced. She could feel the electric energy surging through her veins. Suddenly, an announcer's voice boomed over the speakers, igniting a wave of cheers that rippled across the audience. The sound echoed off the stadium walls as everyone held their breath for the performance they had dreamed about for so long. It was a moment of unity and joy, where time seemed to stand still, a magical prelude to what was about to unfold on stage. The moment the stage lights flared back to life, an electrifying roar erupted from the crowd, sending waves of excitement rippling through the audience. Michael Jackson's opening act began with a pulse-pounding beat that had everyone clapping and dancing in their seats. The energy was infectious, and Lena found herself swept up in the joy, singing along with the crowd as they belted out his iconic hits like Billie Jean and Thriller. Each song brought a new wave of enthusiasm, as fans waved their arms in sync with the music, lost in the moment. The stadium transformed into a sea of color and movement, with bright lights flashing in rhythm with Michael's captivating choreography. Lena felt a thrill as she joined her fellow fans, all united by their love for the king of pop. As Michael sang his heart out, he interacted with the crowd, often reaching out to touch hands and share smiles, deepening the connection between artist and audience. The atmosphere was alive with laughter, cheers, and heartfelt moments that made everyone feel like they were part of something extraordinary. Little did Lena know that this magical night would soon take an unexpected turn, forever marking her experience in a haunting way. Amidst the lively crowd, Lena shone brightly in her white sequin top, a shimmering reflection of her excitement. With an MJ pin proudly displayed on her shirt, she felt like a part of something bigger, a community of fans united by their admiration for Michael Jackson. Every note sung and every beat thumped resonated within her, sparking joy that radiated from her smile. As the music flowed, Lena danced with abandon, her arms waving gracefully to the rhythm. She sang along with pure enthusiasm, feeling each lyric touch her soul. The bright stage lights bounced off her sequins, making her sparkle as she immersed herself in the moment. It was as if all her worries faded away, leaving only the happiness of being surrounded by fellow fans who shared her passion. When Michael engaged with the audience, winking at them or reaching out for high fives, Lena felt a thrill rush through her. Her heart raced as she caught glimpses of his captivating dance moves and heartfelt expressions. In that instant, she became lost in the music and the magic of live performance, feeling a deep connection to both the artist and everyone around her. This night held so much promise. Little did she know how quickly it would change. As the concert reached its peak, Michael prepared to hit a stunning high note that his fans had been eagerly waiting for. The atmosphere in the stadium shifted, a collective hush enveloping the crowd as they leaned forward, holding their breath in anticipation. When he finally soared into that powerful note, it resonated like a bolt of lightning, sending waves of emotion throughout the audience. Lena felt her heart swell with joy and excitement as she listened. The rich, soaring sound filled her with an indescribable rush. She looked around her, captivated by the sea of faces, each person lost in their own moment of exhilaration. It was as though Michael's voice created a magical connection among them all, binding them together in shared euphoria. In that electric moment, Lena's eyes locked onto Michael's. The world around her faded away, leaving only the music and this profound connection between them. Her spirit soared alongside his voice as if she could touch the sky. Yet even amid such blissful joy, something felt different for Lena, a swell of emotion she couldn't quite explain. Just moments later that feeling would transform into something unimaginable, forever altering the night and everyone present. As Michael soared into that high note, the world around Lena seemed to blur and fade. In that intense moment of musical magic, their eyes met, and time stood still. It was as if a powerful surge of electricity passed between them, a connection that transcended the thousands of fans surrounding them. For Lena, it felt like they were the only two people in the stadium, sharing a private moment amidst the roaring crowd. Michael's gaze was piercing yet warm. It held a depth that pulled her in and made her feel seen. She could sense the energy radiating from him, amplifying her excitement and causing her heart to race even faster. It was an unforgettable connection that reawakened every emotion she had ever felt for music and performance. In that instant, Lena's spirit soared with Michael's voice. She felt empowered, alive, and deeply connected not just to him but to everyone within those stadium walls. The thrill of the moment wrapped around her like a comforting embrace, filling her with hope and joy. But beneath that exhilarating surface, there was an inexplicable wave of emotion stirring within her, a feeling that would soon transform into something far beyond mere excitement as the night unfolded tragically. In an instant, everything changed. Just seconds after the breathtaking moment when Lena locked eyes with Michael, she felt a wave of dizziness wash over her. One moment she was joyfully immersed in the music, and the next, her legs buckled beneath her. To those nearby, it appeared as if she had simply faded away from existence, collapsing onto the stadium floor like a delicate flower losing its petals. The chorus of voices singing along with Michael abruptly halted, replaced by a thick silence that hung heavily in the air. Confusion rippled through the crowd as people turned to see what had happened. Shocked gasps echoed around the venue. Faces went pale with fear as they took in the sight of Lena motionless on the ground. Panic surged as concertgoers started rushing toward her, some calling for help while others screamed for assistance. The atmosphere that had once been vibrant and joyous morphed into one of dread and concern. The pulsating energy transformed into chaos as first responders quickly made their way through the throngs of fans. Hearts raced, and the air felt charged with anxiety as everyone held their breath, hoping it wasn't too late to save her. As the crowd surged with panic, the sound of frantic voices filled the air, drowning out the music that had just moments ago brought everyone together. First responders arrived swiftly, rushing through the rows of stunned concertgoers who parted to make way for them. The paramedics moved with urgency, their faces set in focused determination as they reached Lena's side. The atmosphere was thick with worry as people looked on, some covering their mouths in shock while others whispered anxious questions. "Is she okay?" and "What happened?" echoed among the fans, each person desperate for information yet paralyzed by fear. A few fans attempted to help by clearing space around Lena, while others held each other tightly, trying to process the unfolding drama. The bright stadium lights now felt harsh and glaring, illuminating the scene where Lena lay. As the medical team began to assess her condition, time seemed to stretch endlessly. The crowd held its collective breath, hearts racing with concern. Each passing second felt like an eternity, their joyous night transformed into a moment of deep anxiety and uncertainty. Hope flickered in everyone's eyes as they watched intently, praying for a miracle that would bring Lena back to them. As the medical team gathered around Lena, their urgency became palpable. One of the paramedics began chest compressions while another prepared a defibrillator. The crowd watched in anxious silence, their hearts racing with every passing second as the resuscitation efforts unfolded. With each compression, there was both hope and fear. Would it be enough to revive her? "Come on, Lena!" someone shouted from the front row, breaking the stillness. That plea echoed in the minds of everyone witnessing this tragic scene. They were all desperate for a miracle. The paramedics worked swiftly, their voices steady yet urgent, calling out commands as they coordinated their actions. Time seemed to freeze, amplifying the thick tension that filled the air. The bright stadium lights now felt harsh and unforgiving over Lena's still form. Fans exchanged worried glances and whispered frantic prayers, hoping for a sign of life, a flicker of movement, or a gasp for breath that would signal she was coming back to them. Minutes felt like hours as the paramedics continued their efforts. Just when it seemed hope might dim completely, a glimmer of alertness sparked among those gathered. An electric moment hung in the air as everyone held their breath, praying that Lena could return to them from the edge of darkness. After what felt like an eternity of frantic efforts and whispered prayers, a somber silence settled over the stadium. The medical team, their faces etched with concern, exchanged grave looks as they prepared to deliver the heartbreaking news. A paramedic stepped back, shaking his head gently, signaling the inevitable truth that everyone feared to acknowledge. The news spread like wildfire through the crowd, and shock morphed into anguish as fans processed the loss of Lena. Gasps echoed, followed by a heavy silence that hung in the air, punctuated only by muffled sobs. The vibrant energy of the concert had dissipated entirely, replaced by a profound sorrow that enveloped everyone present. In mere moments, the excitement and joy that once filled the stadium transformed into a heavy blanket of despair. People clutched each other tighter, tears streaming down faces that had moments ago been lit with joy. Memories of Lena's infectious smile and her radiant outfit lingered in their minds, causing hearts to ache even more. Michael Jackson, still on stage, stood frozen for a moment, sensing the shift in atmosphere, as he too felt the collective grief wash over the crowd. It was now a night marked not by celebration but by an unimaginable tragedy, a moment that would forever be known as the stare that killed. Despite the overwhelming grief that hung in the air, the concert continued in a somber manner as Michael Jackson, visibly shaken, addressed the audience. He paid tribute to Lena, expressing his sorrow and urging everyone to remember the joy that music could bring, even in times of tragedy. The crowd, still reeling from the loss, attempted to find solace in his words, yet the mood remained heavy with sadness. Fans sat side by side, some with tears streaming down their cheeks, while others held each other tightly, seeking comfort in their shared heartbreak. The lively songs that once filled the stadium now felt muted and distant, as if the music itself was mourning alongside them. Where laughter and cheers had once echoed, there were only whispers of sorrow and disbelief. As Michael resumed performing, his voice filled with emotion, each note resonated deeply within the crowd. It was a poignant reminder of how fleeting life could be. Some fans raised their phones to capture the moment, but it was clear their hearts were not fully present. With every song sung, they remembered Lena, her infectious spirit that had united them all earlier that night. The concert became not just an event but a memorial, a sacred moment where they honored her memory amidst the music they loved. In the days following the tragic event, news outlets rushed to cover Lena's story, dubbing it the stare that killed. Headlines blared across newspapers and television screens, capturing public interest and sparking widespread fascination. Reporters framed the incident as a mysterious phenomenon, questioning how a moment of joy could turn so devastatingly tragic. The media delved into Lena's life, sharing details about her unwavering love for music and her dedication as a fan. Clips of the concert circulated online, showing the electrifying moment when she locked eyes with Michael Jackson just before her collapse. Social media exploded with reactions as people expressed shock and sympathy, often sharing their own experiences of attending live concerts and the emotional connections formed in such moments. Speculation surrounded the lack of a clear medical cause for her passing. Some theorized it might have been a rare medical condition exacerbated by excitement, while others spoke about the overwhelming intensity of the concert atmosphere. The story became not just about Lena's tragic ending but also about the fragility of life and how quickly joy can turn into sorrow. "The stare that killed" became a phrase etched in the memories of fans, reminding everyone of that fateful night and its lasting impact on all who witnessed it. In the wake of Lena's tragic passing, public reaction poured in from all corners, with many fans expressing their sorrow on social media. Tributes began to surface, celebrating Lena's life and her passion for music. Concertgoers shared heartfelt messages about how her spirit had brightened their experiences at the concert, emphasizing the deep emotional connections formed through live performances. Discussions quickly arose surrounding the fragility of life and the risks associated with high-energy events like concerts. Many fans reflected on how easily joy can turn to heartbreak, reminding themselves to cherish every moment. Some even shared personal stories of their own close calls at concerts, creating a sense of solidarity among those who understood the thrill and potential dangers of such experiences. Online forums buzzed with speculation about what may have led to Lena's sudden collapse, fueling debates about health screenings at public events and the importance of crowd safety measures. The phrase, "the stare that killed," became a rallying cry for discussions about mortality in entertainment settings. Through it all, Lena's story served as a poignant reminder of the profound impact one individual can have on a community, leaving an indelible mark on everyone who experienced that fateful night. Lena's tragic incident quickly became a significant part of concert lore, influencing how future events were planned and managed. As the phrase, "the stare that killed," circulated, it prompted concert organizers to reevaluate safety protocols at large gatherings. Many venues began implementing stricter health screenings, emergency response training, and crowd management strategies to ensure fan safety. In the months that followed, music festivals and concerts saw an increase in awareness around the physical and emotional states of attendees. Organizers started incorporating measures such as designated medical stations, mental health resources, and even pre-event health information sessions to educate fans about recognizing signs of distress in themselves and others. Public discussions about the importance of creating a safe environment at live events grew louder, with Lena's story serving as a catalyst for change. Fans began advocating not only for their enjoyment but also for their well-being during concerts. This shift meant that future events would not just be about the music but also about fostering a supportive community where people could come together safely. Ultimately, Lena's legacy lived on through these changes, reminding everyone that while music can unite us in joy, it is essential to prioritize health and safety to ensure such tragic moments are never repeated. Lena's story serves as a poignant reminder of the powerful role music plays in creating connections among people. In the electrifying atmosphere of a concert, strangers become united by shared emotions, transcending barriers through rhythm and melody. The deep bond formed between fans is both exhilarating and fragile, reminding us that moments of joy can quickly shift to sorrow. While Lena's tragic passing left a dark shadow on that night's festivities, it also sparked important conversations about the significance of community in the face of adversity. Her story urged concertgoers to reflect on their own experiences and highlighted the need for robust support systems during such events. Music has the unique ability to evoke powerful emotions, bringing people together while also raising awareness about individual well-being. Lena's experience exemplifies how one moment, her connection with Michael Jackson during that high-note performance, could touch so many lives. It solidifies a truth that resonates deeply. When we gather in celebration of music, we must also prioritize our health and safety, ensuring that those moments remain joyous rather than tragic. Ultimately, Lena's legacy continues through the lessons learned, transforming the way audiences experience concerts in the future.